Hello my loves and welcome back. So as you'll see, the setup is slightly different today because I am here in my cozy corner. I've got my candle and my journaling stuff to the side, and I wanted to be in a bit of a different setting because this is a bit of a different video. As you can see, Leo is there and baby Max is there. If I can zoom in, hang on. Nope. Because it felt like the right time to share this with you. So you may or may not know, recently I've been having health issues with Leo, which has brought a whole set of challenges for me and a lot of growth as well. But something I haven't really talked about is what happened with Leo and I when I was going through my divorce. Now, my divorce was a few years ago, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through, partly because I still love my ex-husband. I think I always will. We were best friends. But there came a point when, we weren't good for each other. We weren't healthy for each other. So we stepped away. And I haven't really talked about it much in depth because it's been really hard. And even though now, 3 years later, after he moved out, it's still raw. It still hurts. Our separation took 2 years. Then there was the divorce that took 2 years. So it was really like messy and horrible and just crappy. But my boy, this one here particularly, was incredible. Now, Leo's soul contract with me is surrender, and it's really, really hard. I was going to swear, but I won't because it's, going out on YouTube. Over the years of having him, being together, he has pushed my buttons, he's pushed me to my limits and more. And whilst I was going through the separation with my ex, which, like I said, was raw, was really hard, really painful, Leo showed me that out of that, from that pain, we could create something inspiring. We could create something transformational, which I never ever thought that something like this would come from that. And he helped me to co-create my Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program. And it was something I didn't even know I had in me. So through the many, many months when my ex had first moved out, it was hard. Being in this house, this lovely space, by myself as the only human with my 2 boys. We've got an extension, you can't see it here, but it's just over there, that is connected to the house. I spent what would probably amount to days in there, sobbing, journaling, not knowing how to breathe, not knowing how to get through the next day, the next hour. And I created, not that I knew this at the time, but I basically used tools. I needed to find a way to deal with the hurt that I was going through, the pain, the suffering, what now I see was trauma. And there were days when journaling just didn't touch it, didn't cut it, didn't get out the emotion that I was experiencing. It didn't help to shift the pain that was there, the grief that I was going through. And at different points and different times, I would try different things. And they helped. They shifted the dial, ever so slightly, in the right way, towards moving through it, getting through it, processing the pain, the hurt, the sorrow. And Leo suggested to me in one communication about bringing it all together and about using it to help other people, which I had no clue how to do that. I had no idea. So I signed up to a course. It was a course to build a course, basically. It was great because it gave me a focus. There was modules, there was lessons, and I worked through them consistently. I was grateful for the distraction. And whenever I got stuck, I would connect with Leo and he would remind me of a tool that I used, of a way that I helped myself to shift, of a mechanism that I employed to manage my emotions, because that's what it was. It was all about emotions. And as much as we, as grown-ups, some of us may have the tools to deal with emotions, a lot of us don't. And that becomes very simple with identifying the emotion that you're experiencing. You may say you're stressed or you're hurting or it's painful, but what does that really mean? Like, where is that coming from? So Leo helped me to create our Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian, or SLG for short, mantra, which is find it, feel it, and release it. And I use that like most days. And I'm sharing this because I'm going to be launching or opening SLG again soon. And it's only open a couple of times a year for intake. And I really wanted you to understand where the program came from, because it wasn't just something that was put together overnight. It wasn't just something that, is from a textbook. It's all from my real life experience. Like the lessons the tools and techniques that are in the lessons, I still use to this day. Like I used 2 of them this weekend, just gone. And everything that's in there is a culmination of what got me through one of the most difficult times in my life. Some people call it a dark night of the soul, and I can completely resonate with that. But it came from him. It came from this boy who I have struggled to connect with at times. I have struggled to love at times. And it came from him saying to me, like, use your pain, mum, use your suffering to help other people. And it's not about saying to you, like, you don't have to go through it, because you do. That's exactly the point of SLG. You don't bypass your emotions. You don't ignore them. You don't put them in a box and shut it up. You feel them, every single one of them. And it's raw and it's crusty, and sometimes it really hurts and it's painful. But when you get through the other side, when you've processed them, there is this relief, this healing, this elevation. And then from that can come the connection with these fairy beings that we share our homes and our hearts with. Some of the things that the SLG participants have said to me about how they now connect with their cats. They see their cats, they see their life, they feel worthy about themselves, and like all this other stuff is incredible. I never knew it could be this transformational. So I'll pop a link below for further information, but I just want you to know that if you come and join us in SLG, it's not a space to just watch this course whilst you're doing the dishes. It's only really for those people who are ready to transform their life, to change their life, to make a shift. And don't get me wrong, I don't have a magic button. Like, you don't come in, watch a lesson and you're healed. You've got to do the work. You've got to put the effort in, but you get support the whole way through. There is the community, there are calls, there is support from me. So you're not alone. And I wish I'd had that back a few years ago, because when you're going through something really difficult like healing, it's great to have someone by your side. So I hope that you will check out the program. I look forward to you coming into the community and being part of this amazing group of people. If you've got any questions about SLG, come into the comments and let me know. Thank you to everyone who's a part of the Naturally Cats community, and thank you to everybody who is, as we call it, an SLG. Being a soul-led guardian is a very special gift, and once you are awakened and you are down that path of being an SLG, you can't go back. So if you're ready to make a change and make a shift, I would love for you to come and join us. And I just want to say a big thank you to this little fairy being, who is the most amazing teacher I have ever known. And I thank him from the bottom of my heart. See you next time, everyone. Bye for now.